Last time we talked here, you was here, we talked about the positioning, and you said the toughest position is the point guard. Now you've had 2 point guards to go down, and you brought in Odyssey at a good time. Can you talk about her coming to joining the team and how you see her now helping you in this time in the season?
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, I think her ability to get downhill, her ability to get to the rim and play make for herself and others, it's what we needed. We needed somebody who could come in and who could take some pressure off of Kelsey in a way that Ari did, and being another person who can get downhill. And then Shea as well. Shea, in particular, when we lost Sophie, we needed somebody else who could get us organized.
Yo, big news just dropped. Coach Stephanie White confirmed it herself. Caitlin Clark is finally on her way back. This changes everything for the Fever. You know how they've been, right? Held together with tape and prayers. Injuries hitting left and right. Sophie Cunningham goes down. Lexie Hallman, she's got 2 black eyes and still playing. Toughest player in the league, honestly. Plus Ari McDonald is out. So the rotation has been a mess. Fans were desperate for Clark news. White finally delivered. Clark's not just eventually returning. She's back in practice. And those other injuries, they just made her return even more critical.
Get us into offense, get us into the right positions. So it's always hard when you lose point guards, and for us, now this is the think about Caitlin and her not being back yet, and Ari and Sid, having Odyssey and Shea coming in at this time of year is tough, and I think that they've both answered the call.
So, why does this matter so much? Listen, the Fever without Clark, they're not bad, but they're not scaring anyone. Kelsey Mitchell has been balling out. Aaliyah Boston has her dominant nights, but the offense just stalls without Clark out there. She stretches the floor. She sees passes no one else even can. Without her, they're just average. But with Clark back, that's a whole new team, an entirely different animal.
Lexie, obviously, she had that big knot in her head on Tuesday and it's developed into those 2 black eyes. Just what was your reaction seeing that develop?
I mean, just smiling, really, and every time I see her, I'm like, oh, poor Lexie. But I think it really epitomizes Lexie's toughness when you look at her and you see those 2 black eyes. I mean, she is tough as nails. She plays all out every possession all the time. And sometimes the result is 2 black eyes. And so I smile every time I see her. But it definitely is a picture-perfect viewpoint of the toughness that she brings.
Coach White even admitted their margin for error is slim to none. See, that's coach speak for we need our star back now. And she's absolutely right. This isn't just about surviving games anymore. This is for pushing for the playoffs. Without Clark, maybe they steal a few wins. But with Clark, they can beat anyone on any given night. What's wild is how other players are stepping up through all this. Like Lexie Hallman. Her interview, pure toughness.
Because it's not doing great. I wish this was a filter. But this is insane. This is what I look like.
Bruh, she actually admitted she was worried about her looks because she had a photo shoot the very next day, but then she just laughed it off when the swelling turned into 2 massive black eyes. That's Lexie.
Oh, and there's Lexie Hall. You can see both of her eyes.
She even joked about makeup covering some of it, then said the cameras better fix the rest. That's Lexie Hull right there. She never complains, she just plays hard. Coach White actually said she smiles every time she sees Lexie's face now, because it's the perfect example of what Lexie brings: pure grit, effort, and heart.
Physicality of the game. We also talked about that last time we were here, and it seems like it's still an ongoing discussion going on around the league. How are you now handling it as far as managing with the team, getting them prepared with some of the officiating or some of the play? What are you telling them as the message moving forward?
I think the message for us is control we can control. We can't control how the game is called. We can control how we play it. And so being disciplined, defending without fouling, making opponents hit tough shots, and understanding that, these are the best players in the world. Sometimes we have to live with them hitting tough shots. And so just being a little bit more disciplined in terms of how we're playing, on the defensive end in particular, and then continuing to be aggressive on the offensive end. We can't shy away from contact. We have to go into and invite contact.
But real talk, even with Lexie playing through it, the Fever were bleeding bodies. Sophie Cunningham's out, Chloe Bibby in and out, Odyssey Sims doing her best, but that's not a long-term fix. That's why Coach White's update on Clark was so huge. She didn't just say progressing, she confirmed Clark's back in shoot-arounds, working with the team. The return is officially on the calendar, and here's the thing, this isn't just for the Fever, this is big for the whole league. Love her or hate her, Clark moves the needle, ratings jump, arenas sell out, opposing teams sell out just for her. Her return isn't just a Fever boost, it's an economic boost for the WNBA. The timing is kinda hilarious, right? Injuries everywhere, and then the face of the league walks back in. What a storyline. The league was begging for her to return. Now it's here, and it took Sophie Cunningham's injury and Lexie Hull turning into Rocky Balboa to make it happen. But look, we gotta give Coach Stephanie White some serious credit here. She's been juggling this roster like a circus, bringing in new players, asking Kelsey Mitchell to do everything. She even admitted simplifying the playbook because of all the constant changes, and still, they're in the playoff hunt. So when White confirms Clark is coming back, that's not just optimism, it's reality. She knows Clark stabilizes everything. She knows the league needs her, and for those haters saying the Fever are better without her, nah. Without her, they're scrappy survivors. With her, they're must watch. Clark changes everything on the court, warping defenses, opening up Aaliyah Boston, raining down threes. White practically said they can finally run their real system now, instead of duct tape basketball. This couldn't come at a better time, staring down the playoff stretch where every game is huge. The WNBA itself has been holding its breath, needing that buzz, those ratings, those sold-out arenas that Clark brings. Her return sends a message to her teammates too, reinforcements are here. Relief. It means they're competing at full strength again, and for the fans, the wait is over. Clark's coming back with a chip on her shoulder, ready to shut everyone up and drag this team into playoff contention. Suddenly, everything feels possible again.